everyone, it's Rihanna and welcome back to another video. Long time no see. It has been a while, but I am back with my monthly favourites. Of course I missed out April, so we're going to be talking about April favourites and May favourites. There's a lot to get through, so let's go. So the first favourite I want to talk about is actually an April and a May favourite, and it's a TV show, and we're going to have to talk about it, so we'll talk about it first. The first one I want to talk about is Game of Thrones Season 8. I know, okay? Hold on a minute, let me explain myself. So, I've been a huge Game of Thrones fan for the longest time. Super excited for Season 8, it's the final season, the finale. We're finally going to get to know what happens. I was severely disappointed with the finale episode of Season 8. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, that's out of the way. Moving on. There were actually some really solid episodes in this season. Episode 3, Episode 4 were all great. Some parts of episode 6 were pretty good too, so I have to add this into my favourites because for the most part this season wasn't all that bad. Episode 3 alone could be a favourite, like the long night, the Battle of Winterfell was fucking crazy, okay? Fucking crazy. The cinematography, the choreography, the tension building were all phenomenal, and after watching the HBO documentary The Last Watch and seeing how hard everybody worked on this episode, I appreciate it 10 times more. First and second episode of Season 8 weren't my favourite, it was a lot of talking. Third episode great, fourth episode pretty great, fifth episode was questionable. Directed great, acted great, the writing was shocking, as with episode 6. Just, yeah. As controversial as it is and how much I disliked the ending, I have to add Game of Thrones Season 8 into my favourites, purely for those episodes that were amazing. We've got that out of the way now. We can move on with our lives. The first movie favourite I want to talk to you guys about is 8th Grade, which is the directorial debut for Bo Burnham. This finally, after about 84 years, came to cinemas in the UK. I was so excited about it, I'd heard so much about it. It got released last summer in the US, so obviously I've been waiting a long time for it. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint in the slightest. It was raw, emotional, honest. Elsie Fisher, who plays Kayla, the main character in the story, was amazing. I can't wait to see her in future films, and I was kind of sceptical about Bo Burnham directing a coming-of-age story about a young girl, but I've got to say I'm impressed, okay? This film was cringy, but in the best way possible. I was sat there thinking, holy shit, I was totally like this when I was in 8th grade or English equivalent year 8. Like, it was just so cringy and it made you feel uncomfortable, but it totally took you back to that time in your life. And it's not only just raw and emotional and honest, it's incredibly well directed, it's visually brilliant, and yeah, I was just really not disappointed by 8th Grade. I really loved it. If you like coming of age stories, definitely check it out. The next film favourite I want to talk about is Shazam, and that is the latest film from DC in the DCEU, I believe. I could be wrong. And this tells the story of a young boy named Billy who has hopped around a lot of foster homes in his life. He's just in search of his mother, and he is picked as the chosen one to take on the role of Shazam. So basically, every time he says the word Shazam, he turns into a fully grown adult with all these cool superpowers. And he gets put into a new foster home, and there's also a big villain who wants his powers, etc, etc. You get the drill. This film was cheesy, it didn't take itself too seriously, lots of fun, and other DC movies should take notes from it. It had a lot of family heart, and it had a lot of great superpowers, and the great story of a superhero, and just the rest of DC needs to stop being so dark and depressing, basically. I thought Zachary Levi and Jack Dylan Grazer had great chemistry for the two main characters of Freddie and Billy. I thought they were great. Just the whole cast here were pretty great. There's a lot of kid actors and they all did a fantastic job. They were hilarious. I really hope they make another Shazam movie. I think they are, because I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is supposed to be playing the next villain, but he gets his own movie first. So I can't wait to see where they go with Shazam. I really enjoyed it. My next favourite is a TV favourite also for April and May, and that is Derry Girls. This is a TV show that is on Channel 4 in the UK, and I believe on American Netflix. I think it is. And Derry Girls tells the story of 5 best friends who live in Derry in Northern Ireland. We have Erin, Michelle, Claire, Orla and James, and they're just trying to go through their teenage years in Derry, Ireland, and at the time, it's going through some trouble. It's set in the 90s. If you know what happened in Ireland in the 90s, you'll know what I'm talking about. Derry and Northern Ireland at that time weren't the safest of places in the 90s, but the girls just try and have fun throughout their teen years, and they're just so cringy and funny and awkward, and I just absolutely loved each and every one of them. I watched so much of this show I felt like I had to go around shouting at people in a Northern Irish accent, which I cannot do and I would butcher. But yeah, Derry Girls is a short TV show. If you like coming of age stories in TV shows or films, then definitely check it out. You might want to watch it with subtitles. Even I struggled a little bit to understand their accents, but definitely worth the watch. I really hope you didn't think I'd go this whole video without talking about this favourite for April, and that's obviously Avengers Endgame. Oh my god, I'm still thinking about it. I'm not over it. I did a full-blown video on Avengers Endgame if you want to go check it out. Here or here. I can't remember where the banner goes, but it'll be here somewhere. If you want to go check out that video, all you need to know is I loved it, it was emotional, it tore me in half, I am broken, Marvel has killed me. Endgame was epic. That's all you need to know. Moving on to May favourites. I only have 3 of these, but they are all great. The first one is Dead to Me, which is a Netflix original show. Holy shit, I've been waiting so long to talk about Dead to Me. So Dead to Me tells the story of Jen, who is a widow. She's recently just lost her husband, and she joins a grief group where she meets another woman named Judy. And Jen and Judy form this strong female friendship based around drama and lies and crazy shit happening. Oh my gosh, it is so good. It has such a binge-worthy factor to it. You just want to click next episode every time you finish a new episode because it's got that cliffhanger ending every time. The acting's great, the writing's great, it's funny, it's dramatic, it's a little bit like Big Little Lies, so if you're into that show, go watch Dead to Me. It had a crazy season finale. The last episode was great, and they better do another season because I'm counting on it for health reasons, because otherwise I'm gonna be messed up in the head. But Dead to Me, so good. Go binge it on Netflix. You will not regret it. The last 2 favourites are actually movies. The first one, we have to talk about John Wick 3. So good. I thought it was going to be hard to top the first 2 John Wick movies. They are both so incredible. But this one just takes it up like 1,000 notches. From the start of the movie, it is go, go, go. There's action, there's fight sequences, and it's just amazing. I love the fact that we learn a bit more about John Wick's background in this film, where he came from, how he became an assassin. The world building is really good between the new Continentals and the new stuff about the High Table. They have planned out these movies so well. I absolutely love the world building and the world that John Wick is set in. These stunts just get crazier, the fighting is more hardcore. I particularly love 2 scenes in the start of the movie. If you've seen it, you'll probably know which ones I'm on about because they are crazy good. Just John Wick movies never seem to disappoint me, and I would be okay with them making them forever because we all know Keanu Reeves is immortal and will never die and is epic as John Wick. And my last favourite is Booksmart, which is the new coming-of-age story, which is directed by Olivia Wilde. This film tells the story of 2 best friends, Molly and Amy, who have worked their asses off in high school to get into these good colleges, but realise they have had no fun. Everyone else has had fun and got into these colleges, but they have had no fun. So their mission is, the night before graduation, they go out and party and be crazy, all before they go to college. I'm a sucker for coming of age stories, and I just loved this film. It was hilarious, it had great characters, it had just great dialogue, it was super funny. Billie Lourd was incredible in this, like, give her an Oscar now. I love the 2 main leads in Beanie Feldstein and Caitlin Denver. I thought they were great, had great chemistry. You just want a friendship like their friendship. And I think it really embraced what teenage life is now. And yeah, it just took me back to high school days and I really loved it. It was hilarious. It's got rewatchability. And yeah, I cannot express enough how much I loved Booksmart and how you should all go see it if you have the chance. So there you have it, those were my April and May favourites. Let me know what your guys' favourites were for those 2 months down below in the comments. I'm going to try and do lots more videos for you guys very soon because I have been slacking. But in the meantime, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. All my social media links are down below in the description if you want to come follow me. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon. Bye!